Welcome back to News at 10. Let's cross over to Abuja now. Here's Linda Akibe. Linda.
Hello, Joma. Good to see you and welcome to Abuja. Now, away from the second-year anniversary of the abducted Chibok schoolgirls to legislative matters, a bill for an amendment of the Code of Conduct Tribunal and Bureau Act today scaled second reading at the Senate. The bill, which was sponsored by Senator Peter Nwoboshi of the PDP representing Delta State, has been referred to the Committees on Judiciary and Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions. The amendment of the bill also seeks to stop the CCT from using the Criminal Procedure Act and the Criminal Procedure Code as part of its operational methods. The committees are expected to submit a comprehensive report in 2 weeks.
In my proposed amendment, the section now looks like this. The functions of the Bureau shall be to receive access declaration by officers in accordance with the provisions of this Act. B. Take and retain copies of such access declarations. And C. Examine the access declarations and ensure that they comply with the requirements of this Act and any other law for the time being in force. If otherwise, the Bureau shall invite the public officer concerned and take down his statement in writing. It is clear that the Act does not contemplate criminal trial, so the usage of Criminal Procedure Act and Criminal Procedure Code should not be used as a procedural template in the tribunal.
What I have against it is the timing. We must be very worried of the issue of public perception about the position of the Senate in this regard. Perception can be reality. The Nigerian people can easily interpret the action we are taking today to mean that for all these years, a bill or it started as a decree which became law since 1991 is not being challenged until today. Our principal officer is standing before the same tribunal.
The Bayelsa Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja has fixed the 3rd of May for the commencement of a hearing of the petition filed by Mr. Timipre Silva of the All Progressives Congress. He is challenging the election of Mr. Sireka Dixon as a duly elected governor of Bayelsa State. At the resumed sitting of the tribunal, Justice Kazim Alugba directed all the parties to prepare their witnesses before the full commencement of hearing. He adds that the conclusion of pre-hearing trial is to enable the tribunal guide the parties properly, as no application will be entertained once the hearing commences on May the 3rd. Lawyers to the petitioner and the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) expressed satisfaction with the conclusion of the pre-trial hearing.
Set for conclusion of pre-trial in the petition, and we've concluded, and days have been allotted to each of the parties to present their case, and the matter is adjourned to 3rd of May for opening of the case of the petitioner.
We have successfully come to the end of the pre-trial section, and on our own part we are given between 5 days and 7 days within which to open our defense on the 12th of May this year.
The clamor for a 4th mainland bridge in Lagos State to complement other bridges within the Lagos metropolis has received the attention of a Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Ambode, where today he announced the commencement of construction work on the bridge at a town hall meeting held in the Lagos East Senatorial Zone. The governor also highlighted other projects to resolve socio-economic challenges in the state.
We realize that one of the ways to fast-track our economic growth is through collaboration and partnerships. As a result, we enter into a partnership with Kebbi State for the establishment of a commodity value chain for the production, processing, and distribution of commodities such as rice, wheat, groundnut, onions, and beef. This activity is majorly in the East Senatorial Zone. In the same vein, many investors have shown interest in the actualization of our dream for the 4th Mainland Bridge. By the special grace of God, we will sign the MOU and commence action before May 29.
And that's all from Abuja. Back to you, Joma.
Thanks a lot, Linda. And now we're going to cross over to the world of business. And here's Melinda Akinlami.
You first. First Bank.
Thank you so much, Ijoma. A warm welcome to Business News. The president says his administration will support the building of free trade zones that will spur rapid economic development in the country. President Muhammadu Buhari revealed this during a meeting with top Chinese officials. According to a statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Garba Shehu, the federal government is anxious to establish viable export processing zones similar to other developed economies around the world, while Chinese authorities say they will give Nigeria the much-needed support to achieve this. Residents of Onitsha in Anambra State can now shop with ease as a new mall is open for business. Governor Willie Obiano gives residents the assurance that there is adequate security around the mall so they can enjoy the best shopping experience.
This is what it was 10 months ago, still under construction. A project initiated by the past administration. Now, the Onitsha shopping mall has been completed and ready for use. Both government and residents gather to commission the facility.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
After the commissioning, Governor Willie Obiano goes ahead to inspect and also do some shopping. The 15,000 square meter size mall has 70 shops with state-of-the-art facilities that will attract residents to the mall. The mall is the largest retail shopping center in Onitsha and one of the most iconic malls in the state.
This place has been provided with special security to ensure that both the shop and the people coming to buy here are protected as usual. You know, and they will trade for almost 24 hours a day. We are trying to improve the street lighting here so that when you come here at any point in time, you will be in a position to have this new experience.
Residents of Onitsha appreciate the initiative.
It's very organized, it's very beautiful, it's a lovely place that you can even come in. Even when the open markets have closed, you can come here and relax.
I am confident that the people of Onitsha, and in fact Anambra State, will enjoy this facility for many years.
So I'm very happy that Anambra is going to have a new shopping experience where you come in the comfort of the facilities here, you do your shopping.
The mall, among other things, will decongest the open market, break shopping traffic from Anambra to other states, and also attract more investors, which will in turn increase the revenue of Anambra State.
Listed consumer goods giant Unilever Nigeria issued a trading update citing difficult operating conditions in Africa, especially its main market in Nigeria. Unilever's management says a lack of US dollar at the official exchange rate is pushing the FX purchases to the parallel market at a premium of between 50 and 70%. The company's statement points to an extremely unpredictable situation in Nigeria, which could have an impact on its 2016 full-year earnings. The Nigerian stock market bounces back by 44 basis points after 3 days of poor performance. Bisi Adebayo has more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. After 3 consecutive days of lackluster performance, the bulls returned to the local stock market on Thursday as the broad index climbed by 0.44% to end the day's session at 24,746.16. Total market value also rose to 8.51 trillion naira. Investors exchanged 271.65 billion shares valued at 1.61 billion naira in close to 3,000 deals. The insurer, Law Union and Rock, UBA Group and GT Bank were major contributors to market turnover. On the gainers chart, Okomo Oil appreciated by 10.09% ahead of E-Transact and UAC Property. Law Union and Rock Insurance, Africa Prudential Registrars and UACN were the top 3 losers for this session. That ends the stock market reports. I am Bisi Adebayo.
Thank you so much, Bisi. Now, although the Nigerian stock market bounced back, it was a mixed bag for major stock markets around the world today. Now, let's take a look at some of those numbers. Thank you so much for watching. That's Business News. I'm Melinda Akinlami. The News at 10 continues in a moment.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Melinda. Now, the killing of over 3,000 persons by armed herdsmen in farming communities in Benue State has caused outrage from many Nigerians. While the government continues to suffer criticism in recent weeks over the matter, Benue indigents are unhappy about what they feel is the government's insensitivity to their plight. They've now decided to take the federal government before the ECOWAS Court of Justice for alleged complicity and failure to protect lives and property from the herdsmen.
Protesters in Makurdi, the Benue state capital, assemble under the statue of a food basket, the symbol of the state's unique status in Nigeria. For the protesters, it's a food basket under siege, threatened by rampaging Fulani herdsmen. The procession's main banner proclaims the protest's identity, and the protesters make their message clear.
We want peace! We want peace! We want peace!
It's a message they carry through the streets of Makurdi as they head to their elected representatives. Some wail in anguish as they recall memories of killings in Agatu, Taka, Logo and Buruku local government areas. The children orphaned by the invaders break down in tears as they attempt to recount their experiences.
They run, they come house, now they go kill my father for loot.
Which people kill him?
Afghani.
They came all the way from the far north with their troops of cattle, all because they believe that our grasses in Benue State is most nutritious to their livestock. But in exchange for the grasses, human blood has begun to water grasses for their cattle.
The protest leaders also insist that the federal government must answer for the mass killings of their kinsmen across Benue State before ECOWAS.
We have filed a lawsuit against the federal government and other relevant authorities at the ECOWAS court. In this regard, I hope to follow it to a logical conclusion.
A draft bill prohibiting free grazing by herdsmen is presented to the lawmakers, urging a speedy passage.
I want to assure you that the bill you have passed on to us today will get to the rest of the House, and I'm telling you that we have been talking about this bill, we have been working on it with the government of Benue State, because there is no grazing area in Benue State. Our plan is to farmers, and we shall never allow any grazing area in Benue State.
Not done yet, the protesters take their message to the state government. In the governor's absence, they are received by the deputy governor.
We are honored and we are encouraged that you are here with us.
Men, women and children have been massacred across various local governments in Benue State in attacks allegedly carried out by armed herdsmen who are also accused of taking over farmlands and homesteads without being checked. And with the cropping season approaching, the protesters' concerns may require an urgent response.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Nigeria gets fair draw to face Sweden, Japan and Colombia in the football event of the Olympics. That's on sports. Do stay with us.